Yo, what's up, you dorks? Welcome back to yet another educational English lesson. I am your new dad, and today we're gonna have fun. We're talking about your adjective usage. Do you want to sound smarter when you speak English? Would you like to maybe come off as a little bit better understood and have the ability to express exactly what you think and want to say? If so, you came to the right place. Today, we're going to be learning 8 adjective amplifiers that will make you sound smarter. We're increasing your ability to be able to express yourself by taking some of these bad adjectives, these lame adjectives, and making them better. Yeah, so we're gonna just make them a lot better.
Wow.
Before we jump into today's video, let me say, if you like what you see on this channel, by all means, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, tickle that little bell for notifications, and join the Discord. Because over on Discord, we have a lot of fantastic stuff happening. You guys leave memes, you guys talk all the time, I talk to you guys all the time, we play video games together. There's nothing better than that. It's honestly just a fun and entertaining place to be. So, join it, you'll have a good time. Now, let's learn some English. So, you may or may not have known this, but the English language is pretty customizable, meaning you could do a lot with it. You could change things. There's a lot of changes to be made with English, and I think that's pretty awesome. You could express yourself in so many different ways. You could express yourself to sound like a fool. You could express yourself to sound like you're smart. And today, we're going to be talking about expressing yourself and making yourself sound a little bit smarter. In order to do that, we're going to be taking a look at a bunch of different adjectives. And I know some of you probably know what adjectives are, but some of you might not, so let me quickly explain. An adjective is a word that we use to describe nouns. For example, words like big, small, blue, green. Adjectives tell you what size something is, it tells you the quality of something, it tells you the shape of something, it tells you the color of something, it tells you a bunch of different stuff, right? So I can go here and explain all of the adjectives, but you guys are at a pretty advanced level with English for the most part, so I don't think we need to go through a strict adjective-only lesson. But instead, let's dive in and take a look at a few really common adjectives that people use and see how we can make them better. To start us off, I think probably the most overly used word in the English language is the word good. And when I was in the 4th grade, my teacher, Miss Boca, wouldn't let us use the word good. She wouldn't let us use the word well, and she wouldn't let us use the word bad. We had to use different words. That was her rule for the year, and if we used that word in class, we got in some trouble for it. So let's take a look at this word good and see how we can make it better. Good is a really boring one-syllable word, and not all one-syllable words are bad, but to sound smarter, you want to use something with a little bit more gusto than that. You want 2 syllables, 3 syllables, 4 syllables, 5 syllables. You know, you just want to get it good. But what does good mean? Good just means that something is, It's hard to describe good without using the word good. We could say that good means well, or good means exceptional, right? And those are all very good words as well. However, let's take a step forward and really increase the way we use this word. One of my favorite alternatives to saying the word good is the word delightful, right? Something is delightful. Well, we know that delight, if something is a delight, it's a good thing. And delightful means it's full of delight. You're delighted. You're happy. It's good, right? So stop saying the word good and start using delightful. Another really overly used word is the word fun. And this word's actually often used the wrong way. Sometimes it'll be like, oh, something was so funny. It's trying to say that it was fun. Fun is the act, is when you're having a good time. That's fun. Or a delightful time. We're going to use our vocab words. A delightful time. You're having fun. Funny describes whether or not something makes you laugh, right? If something is funny, you go, ha 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 ha, when you see it. Right? I like to think that some of you guys think a lot of my videos are funny. Or maybe you don't think that I'm funny. I'll kick your ass. because I'm sensitive. But instead of saying the word fun, we should try saying the word entertaining. When something is entertaining, it entertains us. And when you're entertained, you're having a good time. And when you're having a good time, you're having fun. So instead of saying fun, say entertaining, right? Entertaining. Way more than one syllable. Fun, one syllable. Cut that out. Use entertaining because it sounds smarter. You could say, oh yeah, I was hanging out with my friends. It was really entertaining. We did this, we did that. We had a good time. Oh, I watched this movie the other day. It was a really entertaining movie, right? It's more versatile too than the word fun, because fun only talks about how you're having time, but you could use entertaining to describe things that you saw, like, oh, I watched this really entertaining TV show. If you say you watched a fun TV show, it just doesn't really make sense. I mean, I guess it does, but it doesn't. Similarly, just like we were talking about it before, to the word fun, we have the word funny, right? And remember, funny describes things that make us laugh, not things that make us have fun, right? So an event isn't funny, a person is funny, a movie is funny, a book is funny, a YouTuber is funny. But a thing that you did is not funny. You can't have a funny time. You can't have a funny experience. So you could have a fun experience. You could have a fun time. You cannot have a funny one. So let's take a look at this word funny, because this word is great. Let's substitute it for the word hilarious. Hilarious is when something makes you laugh so hard that you lose your mind. If something is hilarious, you have to go to the hospital. You have to go to the psych ward. Over time, however, the word has kind of lost the seriousness of its meaning, and we use it to describe things that are funny. So, once again, funny, hilarious, right? There's way more syllables in that word, and I know this is going to sound like, hey, use more syllables when you speak. And some of these words we'll get to later, they don't have a lot of syllables. But usually more syllables in a word, or using words with more syllables, makes you sound smarter naturally. I didn't make the rules. It's just what they are. It's just the way things go. But I would suggest using hilarious over funny, because it's a much stronger word. So, and I can give you a quick example. Like if somebody tells you a joke and you're like, it's a funny joke. But if you're really laughing, oh man, that's great. That is hilarious. It is hilarious. It's not just funny. You're really laughing. You're really into it. It's a good one. Now let's talk about this word tasty or yummy, however you say it. A lot of people will think that things that are delicious are tasty, they're yummy. Oh man, those are really good words. And they're not. One of my favorite ways to describe food is by saying it's delectable. Delectable means that something is extremely pleasing, that it is so delicious that you're not even going to use the word delicious to describe it. So things that are tasty pretty much mean the same thing. Food's tasty, some drinks are tasty, some sweets are tasty. Use delectable instead, because once again, tasty, delectable, right? More syllables. And it sounds smarter. It sounds better. Let's move to the next one. I love this word cool, like, yo, he's a cool guy, he's a really cool person. This word is a bit of a stretch, but I think a really good replacement for the word cool is the word bohemian. Now, bohemians used to be a very specific type of person, and over time, we've slowly changed that word to mean cool. And so now, like, if you see somebody who's a really cool dude, you could be like, oh man, that dude's such a bohemian, he's so bohemian, right? It's just another way to express yourself and to say that something is cool. Maybe you're a real bohemian type of guy or a bohemian type of gal. That means that you don't look like everybody else. You kind of do your own thing. You're really stylish in your own unique way, and it's a good way, right? Just like cool is someone who's unique and special, and they're really interesting, and you like them. They're cool people. Try using bohemian instead. A really simple thing to cut out when we're talking about how we feel, like when we're happy, right? A lot of people say, oh, I'm happy, she's happy, we have a happy relationship. How about saying the word delightful? they're full of delight, right? They make you feel good all the time. Just like with good and delightful, we're going to use happy and delightful too. You could cut that one out. Just change both good and happy to delightful, and you're going to be doing all right. When you're hungry, you get hungry all the time. You want to eat something. One really awesome word to change hungry for is the word famished. I'm so famished. I haven't eaten all day. I'm famished. Being famished means that you're like dying of hunger, right? You're suffering from famine. You haven't eaten food in weeks. You barely have energy to look around, right? This word describes the feeling of hunger way better than just the word hungry. Well, I'm hungry. How hungry are you? Are you just a little bit hungry? Are you very hungry? Are you this much hungry? That much hungry? Come on. Better words. Hungry, famished. I told you we'd cut it down to some smaller syllabled good words, but it does tell you a lot more than just being hungry. I think when I hear somebody saying they're famished, I'm like, holy crap, we gotta get some food. You're famished. Let's go. And once again, it's another word that has a really strong meaning, but we use it kind of loosely as time goes on. And this person's fucking sweeping outside my goddamn window. I can't film fucking videos without a million goddamn interruptions. Alright, so I was so angry when I was recording yesterday that I forgot to do number 8. And I guess you could say I was irate. And I'm kind of annoyed again right now because here I am filming this and there's another guy shouting outside my freaking window because that's just the way things are here. People don't talk to each other normally. They just shout whenever they want to speak and they just be loud as hell wherever they are. So we're talking about the word irate. And irate is a really good substitution for the word angry. When you're angry, it's a good emotion. I mean, it's a normal emotion for people to feel. People feel angry all the time. But instead of saying that you're angry, try saying that you're irate. Because irate, I mean, just like angry is 2 syllables, irate is 2 syllables as well. Irate shows more than just being angry. Like when you're irate, you're like, wow, I'm so angry right now. I'm kind of so angry right now. I'm irate. Oh, somebody save me, please. But just change the word. Instead of saying angry, say irate. It's a lot better. And I think people will really understand exactly how you feel. And it's a smarter way of using that word. So. Alright, so that's it for the words today. I hope that you get to use some of these adjectives and you put them in your actual speech because these words, they're just a little bit better than the other words. And they're going to make you sound smarter. If you like what you saw, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you poke that subscribe button, tickle that bell for notifications, and don't forget to join the Discord, because we have so much fun over there. I'd like for you to join us. Alright, stick around for a little bit of affirmation.
Baby, 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 baby. Oh, baby, 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 baby.
Now for some much-deserved affirmation. I just wanted to tell you how proud of you I am for all of the progress you're making. Every time you watch these videos, you're improving little by little, and that's special. You're making yourself a better person, and that is important. That is a skill that no one can take away from you. So put your shoulders back, pound your chest when you need to, and be proud of who you are, because I'm proud of you, and I love you, and I'll see you next week.